What's up guys, MegaDPAL here, and I'm bringing you another Pokemon X and Pokemon Y Wi-Fi battle for you guys today. And today I'm using this new team, and this team is in fact built around Mega Latios, so just showing off that new power. So let's just go through my team. I do obviously have the Mega Latios, and I've partnered it up pretty well with Sub-SD Terrakion, as Terrakion deals with the threats towards Mega Latios being things such as Tyranitar and Heatran, and vice versa. Mega Latios obviously deals with threats to Terrakion such as Gliscor and other physical walls such as Hippowdon. I also have Landorus on this team, mainly for Aegislash because that's a huge threat, and obviously it works well with both Latios and Terrakion rather. And I also have on the team a Heatran and a Rotom-Wash. Again, they both work well together and both work well with Landorus T. And finally, I have a more utility Scizor with that Defog, just to add a little bit more support. Not use it much, but either way, the whole team is still new, and I've only had a handful of games, maybe 3 or 4. So I'm still getting to grips with this team, and this is probably the best battle I had. And my opponent today is SMPGaming, a good friend of mine. And I'm looking through his team, and I'm looking, okay, it's pretty nice, until I see the Smeargle. I'm like, okay, everyone uses this gimmicky piece of shit, but either way, yeah, it's going to be a fun battle, so let's just get straight into the shower. So before we start, I'd like to give a quick shout out to my opponent, SMPGaming, as his channel link is down in the description bar below, so be sure to check him out after this battle. So I'm actually going to lead out with my Terrakion as he leads out with his Rotom. I led with my Terrakion predicting his Smeargle because I'm the sub-SD, therefore I can get off a free sub on his Spore. But this turns out bad for me, so I make the switch into my Latios, dodge the Will-O-Wisp, which is nice, and now I'm going to predict his switch on into his Rotom, so I'm going to make the double go into his Mawile, so I'm going to make the double go out into my Heatran. This turns out nice for me, so I can start to force a little bit of offensive pressure on him now. I am making a few predictions early on, so I just want to kind of play it safe at this point. His Mega Mawile is a threat, so I just go straight for that safe Lava Plume, see what he wants to bring in. He actually brings in his Latias. I unfortunately get the burn. The reason why I say unfortunately is because I'm carrying the Toxic, and I'd much rather stall this thing down with the Toxic damage. But either way, I'm just going to protect the Scout out where he wants to go for. It actually reveals the Earthquake. Definitely caught me by surprise. But it turns out his burn was pretty decent after all. And I guess he's running the Earthquake for Heatran and the Tyranitar situation. So I'm just going to make the switch go into my Scizor, knowing that I can easily up any attack he wants to go for because I'm more bulkier, more utility variant of Scizor. So I eat that up relatively well. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to expect him to switch, go out into his Mega Mawile, get off the Intimidate, sponge up a Bullet Punch. So therefore I decided to go straight for that U-turn, just to get the switch initiative and try and force more offensive pressure on him. He's actually going to stay in, go for that Draco Meteor, and actually sack his Latias, which at the same time it actually works out well for him, as you will see later on. But at the same time, I could have preserved this thing to obviously outspeed the likes of my Terrakion. So either way, I U-turn, take that thing out, and I'm just going to go out into my Latios. This gives him the free switch, obviously. The reason why I went into my Latios is I didn't want him to go out into his Smeargle and start setting up hazards everywhere. So what I'm going to do is make the switch go into my Heatran. And it seems I'll show that my Heatran is my most optimal switching for his Mega Mawile. He's actually going to pull the double, predicting that. So what I'm actually going to do is I am special defense, so I know can live. I just want to get a Toxic off on this Rotom-Wash. Potentially start to rack up some damage, which would have been nice. But he's actually going to switch on out of there, go out into his Smeargle. This is bad for me. 1, I missed Toxic. 2, his Smeargle's in, and I'm going to be forced to use something as a Sleep Fodder. So looking at his team, I'm actually going to decide to Sleep Fodder my Landorus. Despite him having a lot of physical threats like his Talonflame, Mega Mawile and Terrakion, I only really need my Landorus just to spam Intimidates. So I'm going to have to be forced to sacrifice going at Roxy's turn, which would this battle, which would be really bad for me because he does obviously have a Talonflame. But either way, I could potentially wake up later. So what I'm going to do is make the switch go straight out into my Scizor now, predicting the rocks, which is nice. And here I expect him to stay in, go for that sticky web, and because it does obviously have a Focus Sash, can live any hit. So I thought I'd just go straight for that Bullet Punch, break his Sash, then the following turn when he switches, go for that Defog and get rid of anything he's set up. But that's not going to be the case. He's going to go straight out to his Mega Mawile. And here, this is where the Draco Meteor damage obviously paid off nice for him. He's going to decide to Mega Evolve. I thought I could live any hit from this Mawile, but it actually reveals the knockoff. I haven't seen knockoff too much on Mega Mawile, so it caught me a little bit off guard. And down goes my Mega Scizor. Therefore his rocks are up and here to stay, so this is really bad for me. I'm going to send in my Heatran now. His Mega Mawile is a threat. I don't want to play around with threats, so I'm just going to go straight for that safe Lava Plume. As it brings up once again in his Rotom. Like I said, this is fine because as long as I don't get the burn, I can obviously go for that Toxic. And I don't get the burn, which is great. So what I'm going to do now is try and go for that Toxic. No, sorry, I'm going to go for that Protect. Just to get a little bit of lefties. Ensure I can obviously take the Hydro Pump a whole lot better. And then go for Toxic the following turn. He just decided to go straight for that Hydro Pump. And now he's actually going to go for a Volt Switch, expecting me to switch on out there. But again, I am special defensive and it's not too much of a problem. He's going to Volt Switch on out there, go out into his Tracheon. I guess predicting Toxic. The Toxic on Tracheon is nice, I guess, but at the same time, this thing isn't a problem. I can obviously spam Intimidate with Landorus, and I obviously can check it with my Latios. So what I'm actually going to do is I don't want to go for that Protect and then potentially sub SD and then therefore get up a free sub or a free SD. So I'm going to just make the save switch go straight into my Landorus just to get off that Intimidate like I did mention and try and scout out what this thing actually is. He's going to go straight for that Stone Edge predicting this. So I'm guessing he's choiced in some way. But he actually missed the Stone Edge, which is really bad. Just because damage is damage. At the same time I can scout out what set he's in fact running. So what I'm actually going to do is predict the double into his Rotom. Just because if he'd have gone into Rotom, he can steal a whole lot of offensive pressure and the momentum at this point. But actually stays in, goes to that Stone Edge, misses again. Turns out really nice for him actually, but at the same time it definitely should have doubled in my opinion. So therefore I do have my Latios here now, so I'm going to scare it out. I'm going to Mega Evolve now, go out into that threat, the Mega Latios. And I'm actually going to go straight for that Side Shot, not play around at this point. I probably should have gone for the Surf, but at the same time it's going to work out decently because I do manage to get a little bit of damage off on this here Mega Mawile. So predicting that Sucker Punch now, I'm actually going to go straight into my Heatran, just try and force this thing out. But actually go straight for the knockoff, predicting that this time it's going to do a whole lot of damage, as it's going to be in fact able to 2-hit KO me with that knockoff. So that's unfortunate. My Heatran's job was to wall this Mawile and it didn't do its job. But either way, I do have my Tracheon to check this thing. So what I'm going to do is just go straight for that close combat. What I wanted to do was actually use this Smeargle as a potential setup fodder. Well, unfortunately, I was so paranoid about him actually getting up the sticky web and now that might affect me that I don't actually go for the sub here. But looking back on it, I definitely should have gone for that sub because therefore I'd have to bring his Talonflame to break my sub. And I can just go straight for that Stone Edge and take out that huge ass threat. So it's definitely what I should have done. 110% looking back on it. But in comes his Talonflame now. And after the Stealth Rock's damage, I wasn't sure whether I could in fact live. And I wanted to keep my Tracheon for his Mega Mawile. The U-turn was pretty obvious, but at the same time I couldn't risk it. I couldn't risk losing my Tracheon for that Mega Mawile because that would leave too much of a hard job for my Rotom Wash to take out both Talonflame and Mega Mawile if he did in fact go straight for that Brave Bird. So in comes this thing now, here's Tracheon. Once again I'm just going to use my Landorus T as a Death Fodder at this point. Just scout out once again whether he's in fact Scarf or Choice Banded at this point. Get off and Intimidate. That's a go for Stone Edge. Hits this time, which is nice there. And looking at damage, definitely Choice Banded damage. So I was hoping I could actually live another and potentially wake up and get a Stealth Rock. Get my Stealth Rocks up, but that's not going to be the case. It goes straight for that Stone Edge. Hits and it's going to take out my Landorus. So I was primarily using this thing as a Death Fodder. So this gives me a free switch into my Mega Latios. And what I'm actually going to do is actually going to go for Surf this time around, predicting that Mega Mawile once again, and it will obviously take out is this thing, is Tracheon. But actually it goes into his Rotom. I'm not too sure if I'm predicting the Surf just because I haven't yet shown it. But at the same time, I'm actually going to over-predict just a little bit once again. I'm actually going to make the double go out into my Rotom Wash as predicting his Mega Mawile switching. Because I could have easily dropped the Draco, completely taken out this Rotom, and then things would have been a whole lot different. Badger, she's actually going to stay and go for a Will-O-Wisp. I'm not too sure why, but either way it's going to work out nice for him. And now he's going to go for Hydro Pump. So the burn damage and the Hydro Pump damage are going to put me into the range where I cannot actually live a Brave Bird from his Talonflame after rocks and obviously more burn damage and what have you. So this is really bad for me as I'm going to be forced to go out into my Tracheon. And at this point I'm pretty sure his Talonflame can pretty much sweep up. I'm not too sure if I can take out my Mega Latios however, but I know it can easily revenge kill my this thing, my Tracheon and my Rotom Wash. So in comes this thing now, the huge threat. If I had just set up the sub earlier I would have been able to easily take this thing out. But yeah, looking back on it, that was the better play. But he's going to go straight for that safe Brave Bird, wipe me out at this point. I was hoping I could live, but I don't. Now I'm going to go out into my Rotom Wash, and like I said, after the Stealth Rock's damage I was hoping and praying somehow I was going to live this Brave Bird, but I never was, and down goes my Rotom Wash unfortunately. Bringing me down to my last, which is my Mega Latios. And looking at the range of HP, I was unsure whether it could in fact kill me. So what I'm actually going to do is just go straight for that Surf. He actually decided to go for that U-turn. I guess not thinking he could take me out himself. Trying to go for that U-turn, hopefully win the speed tie potential, I think it was. But it doesn't, and down goes his Talonflame. In comes this thing now, is Mega Mawile. I know he's going to go for that Sucker Punch, so I'm going to recover, just get up to full HP, give me a better chance of winning. So he's not confident he can take me out, he's going to go for that Play Rough. As I go for that Surf, I should score a crit, I calced it, did not matter, and down goes this Mega Mawile. And this brings him down to his last, his Terrakion, which I obviously, we have established is choice banded, therefore I do outspeed, I can easily take him out. I'm actually going to decide to click and drop the Draco for the win, so that's going to be the game. A very close and narrow 1-0. So a little overview of the battle, a little hack set, yes. A lot of fun, definitely. Me using this new team, I haven't used it much like I said, so I may make a few changes here and there. But either way, it's definitely a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So GG once again, SMPGaming. I had a lot of fun showing Mega Latios. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.